Good morning and welcome to Metropolitan Community Church of Albuquerque Live. We are here today at Texas Street location, worshiping and praying together with you on this glorious Sunday morning. And welcome. I want to thank you for joining us today, whether you're watching us Sunday morning or you're watching this tape a little bit later in the week. We're glad you joined us today. And we're just going to spend a brief time together today. This is our first time doing live, so please be gentle with us as you give us your feedback and comments and suggestions. And now let us begin with prayer. Spirit of the living God, we thank you for each and every person that is gathered here with us today. We ask, oh God, that in these days of uncertainty that you give us a spirit of faith and hope, a spirit of courage, God, as we continue to be the hands and feet of Jesus in our community. We ask, oh God, that our time together today inspire us and fill us with the Spirit of the living God as we continue on this journey of faith. Amen. Neil's going to come up and share with you some about MCCA Live.
So I wanted to introduce everybody to MCCA Live, and that's what you're experiencing right now. This is something new for us, and our hope and our goal is that it grows and it really touches your heart and helps your spirit to grow. So, just to give you kind of an idea, what we anticipate doing is every Sunday we will have service via Facebook Live, and it will be every Sunday at 10:30. After we're done with the service, we'll go ahead and make a copy and we will post it to YouTube as well. So if you want to access it that way, you can do that. Our hope is that as we do this, that we always have community in mind, we stay connected, and we let people know that as they're staying home staying safe at their homes, that they can feel safe in knowing that they can come to a space that offers their spirit to grow in this experience. One thing that churches have done throughout the decades is small groups, and we were hoping that maybe we could do that too. Now, small groups can work differently in these times, where we could get together on Facebook Messenger or on Skype or in online chat rooms. There's so many different ways that we can meet that we're not physically in the same room, but we still are present with each other, whether it's a video chat or hearing each other's voice or just texting each other. So one neat thing about doing our live feed that we're doing right now through Facebook is that you have the opportunity just to hit the like button whenever you hear something that just touches your heart and you feel like you just want people to know. It's almost kind of like raising your hands up in church. You know, you just hit that like button, you can hit it as many times as you want. And sometimes it just causes a little cascade effect, and the people that are watching with you tend to want to join in and experience that too. The other interesting and neat thing that we can do is that you can make comments during the service. So this would be really great for us because this is all new territory for us, and we just are learning as we go. And so if there's something that you feel that would totally enhance the experience, please just put it in the comment as the video is playing. If there's a need that you'd like to have fulfilled and we could do it, we'll definitely look at doing that for you. The other thing that would be helpful is if you'd like to see a small group form, like I mentioned, just put it there and say, what would be the affinity or the common interest that you'd like to share in that small group. All things are possible, especially in today's technology world. So let's see what we can do to make that happen, and again, to continue being in community and growing our spirit. We'd like to also take this moment before we continue is to take up an offering. This is kind of common practice in church, whether you're here or not, and for us, we still need to do that, but we completely understand that it's challenging times for a lot of people. So if you are challenged with your finances because you've been laid off or something like that, we have no expectations for you to go out of your way to help support what the church is doing, because faith will take us even at a higher space. So we're going to ask that, so Scott's helping us with our video right now too, and what we're looking to do is see if we can get a slide up that tells you how you can send an offering to us online, and there it is. So take a look there, and what you will see is that we have a website, MCCAPQ and then you can go backslash or online-giving. If you go there, it's real easy just to set up a one-time offering or a recurring offering. If you have PayPal and you feel more comfortable with that, please go log on to your PayPal account. And there's our PayPal email address, is PayPal@MCCABQ.com. And there's other ways that you could do. You could set up sending us money or through your bank with a bill pay, or just throw something in the mail. Again, it will help us to sustain what we're doing because these are challenging times for us right now. I guess I can ask, by the way, Pete is filming, so just to give you an idea, he could just pan the other side of the room and tell you how many people we have coming to church today, which is none. But that's what we want, and that's what is advised by the government as well. And so, but again, where we're at now is here together, online, sharing a time with one another. So if you are able to give, those are the options for you. Anything that you do give, we would greatly appreciate it. And then we'll just kind of move forward through our service. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Neil. We are in the season of Lent, which is one of the sacred times of the church year, Christian church year. This represents the 40 days that Jesus spent in the wilderness as he prepared for his public ministry. I want to share with you just a Lenten prayer today. It's from a wonderful resource called Stages on the Way by the Wild Goose Worship Group. You called your disciples. Lord Jesus Christ, you called your disciples to go forward with you on the way to the cross. Since you first walked that road, countless millions have followed you. And all that we do as your disciples, save us from false familiarity with your journey. May we never presume to step into your shoes, but make us small enough to fit our own, and to walk in love and wonder behind you. Amen. I didn't prepare a sermon or a message today. Today I just kind of wanted to talk with you because I know there's a lot of anxiety about what's going on today in our world around us. Certainly not being able to meet on Sunday mornings physically together has been a challenge. But I wanted to just give you some words of encouragement. I hear people keep saying this is the new normal. Well, I personally won't accept that this is the new normal. I think we as human beings need hugs, need to be in close contact with one another. We just need that. It makes for healthy relationships and a healthier life. So I pray that we don't accept this as a new normal, and perhaps when this isolation or this social distancing is lifted, we'll be more willing to make the time to meet with friends and family and loved ones, even if it's just sharing a meal together or going to somebody's house and playing a game together or just talking together. So I don't accept this as a new normal, and I hope that after this we're all maybe a little bit closer together and more closely connected. A good thing is Mayor Keller's office is meeting with the faith leaders of Albuquerque on a weekly basis, and I've been getting a lot of very helpful information. There will be lots of needs that maybe we as a church can help respond to in the weeks and months ahead. And if you have any needs, we are still here for you. We probably will not be making any visits to your house or even to the hospital right now, but we can certainly call you and pray with you and be with you. In fact, I told several people I've been busier this past week just with doing a lot of phone ministry with people. Also, try to reach out to each other during these few weeks of isolation. If you need phone numbers, give me a call. I am here at the church throughout the week doing things, and I'm always working from home. And most of you have, if you have the church number, you can call the church number and leave a message. We are monitoring the phones frequently. So you are not alone. And maybe that's the important thing that we all remember, is that the church is not 1103 Texas Street Northeast. The church is Neil and Scott and Pete and me, the ushers that usually are here today. our praise team that's usually here. They're not here today. All the people, we are the church. We are the ones that go out and hopefully make a difference in our communities and in our world in some small way, and just share the love of God with those around us. So I encourage you during these days, be a person filled with faith and hope, knowing that these are not permanent times, but this is temporary. And as I always like to say, I believe there's always something that we can learn out of our times of challenge or even our times of suffering, that perhaps not when we're in the midst of it, but when we look back on the time that we went through that was very difficult or challenging, we go, I'm a changed person because of this. I have more appreciation for things that I used to take for granted, like some basic household necessities. So we just think of that, some of the lessons that might be learned, and take this time to spend quality time with your loved ones that are home with you. Call people, write letters, catch up on emails, or just do something, read a book, something that you enjoy and don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself during these challenging times. It is our hope that we will be returning on Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, which is April the 12th at 10:30, and we will keep that day, our eyes fixed on that as the day of coming back and celebrating together. I know many of us enjoy communion. We take communion every Sunday here at MCCA Albuquerque. So I want to share with you some ways to take communion. We're not going to do communion this Sunday, but perhaps we will next week. If you're with your family at home, you can do communion there. You can take crackers or bread, some fruit juice. Doesn't have to be grape juice. It can even be milk if that's all you have. Take some time and just say some words over the bread and the juice, and just say, God, I thank you for the gift of Jesus Christ, who continually feeds me through the bread and fruit of the vine, and we ask that you make this meal a sacred meal for us. And then you just share the bread and the juice together. Or you can also do it as you're sitting around the dinner table. Oftentimes when I'm eating out with a friend or a loved one, and we're sharing some very personal, close details, and we're on a very spiritual level talking. After the meal, I'll take a piece of bread and bless it and share it with my companion, and we'll take communion that way. You can also do it that way. So be creative. Communion is one of those sacred symbols that reminds us that Christ is always with us on this journey. So we did church in almost 15 minutes. That's a record, I think. I do miss each one of you. I'm just a phone call away. Please call me if you need to talk. As Neil mentioned, we can do a group gathering of a few people each week, or do several throughout the week. But give me a call if you have any suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. Please be gentle with us. Know that you are the beloved community, that God is with us on this incredible journey of faith that we are all on. Let us, in these days of uncertainty and change, be the ones that kind of echo the reminder that God is still with us and that we are still the people of God. Amen, and God bless you.